Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason
and Kelly, or not Kelly,
Erik. You know that you're half dwarf, right?
What if I'm the
Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked it a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it.
Hey guys, welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I forgot what I was doing.
It almost sounded like you just completely lost interest right off the bat. You're like, hey guys.
Yes, whatever. What are we doing, guys? Oh, I don't know. What's up, guys? It's Steve with Hap Gaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Erik.
Kelly.
Jason?
Rick.
It's amazing how early I captured my feeling for this movie, right?
Yeah.
This week we watched Christmas Vacation, directed by Jeremy Chechik, written by John Hughes, starring Chevy Chase, Beverly D'Angelo, and Juliette Lewis. IMDb synopsis: the Griswold family's plan for a big family Christmas predictably turn into a big disaster. So what do you guys think?
I'm sure everybody else may not think this is the best movie in the world,
It's not.
but I like it.
It's not.
And
you're a terrible person for liking it too.
no, dude, you're a tool for not liking it.
No, you're a tool for liking it. You're part of Chubby Chase's payroll, aren't you?
Did you say Chubby Chase?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Chevy Chase.
Well,
I just like it because it like sums up what if you've ever had a big family Christmas
I am so glad I haven't.
and you guys haven't, or at least I don't know about Jason, but Ricky and Steve are on the negative on that. This is what it's like. Like,
well, unless you count
there's
the
like
plan meetings we've
older
been to.
people. There's like older people, just like, what'd you say?
Unless you count the clan meetings we've been to.
That's what most of our like holiday parties turned into, were clan meetings.
Not ones that we organized, guys. Not ones that we organized.
Don't talk about crispy, crunchy cluckers like that.
Oh, man.
You know, we keep telling them they need to change their fan club from clan because it just gets confusing for people.
There's 4Ks. It's all right.
Yeah.
so Ricky, you can't say the movie didn't have some good parts. Even if you didn't like the movie, it had some good parts, at least.
I like the sledding part. I
The
thought that
sledding
was
part is
fucking
the one I was
funny.
thinking of. The sledding
Yeah.
part, and when Eddie is out there dumping all the waste into these
That shit's so funny.
That's hilarious.
You know
Shitter's
what?
full, and he's just blasting it on the ground. Steve and I were joking about me outside his place doing that, just because it'd be so fun. Like, because Steve and Ricky have bums living out in front of their house right now, and they're literally shitting on the thing, and nobody does anything about it. They're just like, I don't care, they're bums. We're just gonna ignore it. But like, if I whipped my rig down there, and then I'm out there blasting the shit on the sidewalk into the fucking storm drain, everybody and their brother would be like, "You gotta move."
We walk outside
I'd
on
be
the
like, "I'm
sidewalk, and
homeless,
Eric's
leave
got
me
like his little
alone."
like shitter buddy out there, like no bucket or anything, just like pants around his ankles, newspaper out there. First morning we're having, huh?
Yeah.
You might hand me that leaf over there. I think I got a wipe.
He's not an animal. He's got toilet paper. Come on, Ricky.
Why would I not have toilet?
You know what's
Ricky,
great?
what are you?
He's using
I'm
the
so
toilet
scared.
paper and dropping it in the shitter buddy with nothing.
That's probably what's. Now I'm thinking about it. That's probably what's
Turns
wrong
around
with.
and pees in through the shitter buddy too.
Yep.
It's probably what's wrong with Ricky's toilet. He's been using fucking leaves. He doesn't understand you're supposed to use toilet paper.
Oh,
We got fucking
okay.
plants
gonna
growing
say,
out of the goddamn toilet back
Well,
there.
I mean,
I'm
you know,
really
this is-
scared of going hunting with
Plants
Ricky and
or
what's his
mushrooms?
name at this point.
Don't worry about
Did you
it.
guys bring any toilet paper? And they're like, "You don't use toilet paper in the woods.
All right,
That's
so
what
on
leaves
that,
are for."
okay, on that note, I'm not the one that'll bring their hunting partners well outside their way just so that I can walk them past a huge pile of shit that you just dropped. It looks like a diseased bear.
Are you saying that Johnny does that?
I'm saying Johnny has done that. Yes, he will.
And you
lead
go,
us, like-
you look at it.
No, he'll like walk us right by it, like it's like he'll do it like on the trail and like walk off and go to the bathroom. Like we leave, we'll walk on that trail. He's leading us out, and all of a sudden he's like, "Yeah, look at that! Like some like sick animals out here." And I'm like, "Yeah, it looks like." It's like, That was mine. I'm like, what the fuck, Johnny?
I really wish you had like some really old nasty pair of shoes that you could just run at him and then kick it right at him.
Oh, I'd be afraid to
Just
splash
drill
back.
I
him.
was thinking splashback.
Yeah. You're really
I mean,
too afraid
you know,
to splash back.
You know what you should do? I figured it out, Ricky. You need to figure out how to have like, okay, so day 1 you wear your clothes, but day 2 you can't find your clothes for some reason, so you borrow some of his. Then you're in his clothes. Then you can drill that shit, and you've got his shit on his clothes and on him. That's a trifecta of hilariousness.
Let's see if I can even
That's the
fit
last
in
time
his
he ever
clothes.
walks you by any of his shit.
Johnny's like 3 sizes smaller than me.
That
What?
makes him smaller than me.
He's fucking tiny,
Because
dude.
me and you probably wear about the same size.
Yeah, like
What
Johnny's
is it-
smaller
what does he
than you,
wear?
Jason.
He
Like,
wears doll
he's
clothes?
a
Either
fucking
medium
tiny dude.
kids
Now I
clothes
know
or
what to do with
something.
that.
I
Pretty
mean,
much,
you're
he's
already-
damn near close too. He's like out of like like the children's, and he's like in like tween clothes. You know what I mean?
Now I know what to get
Well,
him. I
you know-
can give him an incubator.
You know what's awesome though is he gets to wear all those pretty fucking sweet Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shirts and stuff like that that they have in all the kids section.
Literally that.
right.
They never have
those are
any
the
cool
sizes that
shirts for
actually fit
adults. Bullshit.
Yeah, it's rare when they do.
him.
Yeah, it shit's pretty funny though. I mean, I like Cousin Eddie is my favorite character. I just finally started calling him Cousin Eddie. I always called him Uncle Eddie because when you grow up watching this as a kid, you always you're like one of the other kids there.
Yeah.
And so I was I have kind of have an uncle. He's not exactly like Cousin Eddie. He's just close. And I like those kind of goofball adults that just do shit like kidnap somebody.
Oh yeah, because like kidnapping is just such a funny all
Yeah.
around
Well, I
family
mean-
activity.
I mean, it wasn't any malicious kidnapping. It was like a
So
good
now
Christmas
imagine
present
that.
kidnapping.
Every Christmas you have the family tradition, right? Like you have everyone just draw numbers, right? And only one person is gonna be picked out, and they don't know that it's gonna be them. That they're gonna be the one that gets kidnapped on Christmas morning. Everyone else, the rest of the family, just kind of joins in together, just throws a bag over their head while they're sleeping, punches them a few times, throws them in the fucking trunk of the vehicle, drives them out in the middle of the woods. It's just like the traditional family kidnapping, for Christmas.
So,
You know-
Steve, if that was your family, what's the odds you'd rig that so it was Ricky every year?
Like 100%. There's no fucking way.
It's like, we're going to do the
I would-
drawing. And Steve's like, don't worry, I've tallied all the votes. Sorry, it's Ricky again.
I would also rig it so that I would never have to actually go. I'd get everybody else to do the kidnapping, and then I'd sit in the house by myself. Probably still
You're
sleeping.
just like, I don't have to
Christmas.
listen to anybody.
Yeah.
This is great. I ate all the Christmas cake and all the Christmas pie.
I would
And
Kevin McAllister this somehow and make everybody forget that I existed so that I could just stay home and not have to deal with all that shit.
Yeah, Kevin had
Yeah,
it
I mean-
easy. Dealing with bad guys is way better than dealing with family.
Yeah, because you can fuck the bad guys up.
That's right.
Have you guys seen that whole Home Alone with Real Physics
No,
video?
I haven't.
Yeah, so
No.
he drops the pipe down on them, it just smashes their fucking head in.
Oh,
kills
yeah,
them
dude.
both.
He killed those guys like
pretty much
50
just kills
times.
them both.
He killed them I think the paint can to the face would practically kill him.
yeah, the paint
Yeah.
guy
And
then when you-
smashed the one guy's face, and the pipe came down and fucking bashed the other guy's face in. It falls down and just fucking crushes their skulls. It's like, yeah, that's how.
Well, I
it
mean,
would work.
I think the real dangerous one is falling backwards down the stairs and hitting your head on the floor.
Mhm.
That would kill almost anybody.
Well, they fell through the floor down into the basement.
Oh, I'm talking
The
about
second
the
one.
first one.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
okay.
just talking about the first one. I mean, but like the first, they were dead in the first one. The
These
funny
are-
thing is, though, in the first one, he puts that really hot iron on the handle, right?
It's like
That would just light the door on fire.
Yeah.
Not if it was a metal door.
Yeah,
I
but
thought
also
about
it's
that.
like
It's not a metal
it's
door.
like you go
It's,
like you touch the door handle, you're like, ow, that's really hot. How about I just kick this door open instead of touching the help?
No, you would not do that. You wouldn't do that.
Actually, if
You
you
would-
grab something that hot, your hand can clamp down and then you can't let go. it is possible that can happen.
Well, the fact is, okay, if you do something like, when you're walking in the dark and you expect a step, but it's not there,
Yeah.
and you fall over,
Yeah.
okay, people's reactions are way slower than you even realize. So, like, what would happen is you'd grab the door and then you'd start opening. And go, holy fuck! It's fucking burning my hand
Yeah.
after it had already done like severe
The
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I've worked on stuff like we'd be cutting metal and shit out in the woods, and you can pick it up with your hand. You can grab it, pick it up, hold it, and then go, oh shit, it's burning my fucking fingers off, and then let go and like leave skin on it.
Yeah,
and you're
but
like,
Eric, you see,
whoops.
you're the kind of guy that would like cut his fucking hand off, go and grab the wrench, and then only realize your hand is cut off when your severed stub is no longer grabbing the wrench, and then you're like, I'm gonna feel this in like 20 minutes. Fuck.
Yeah, it's like I better get myself most of the way to the hospital before that happens.
Yeah. Like your body
Quick.
doesn't even know that like it's damaged. It's like blood isn't even like spraying out yet. It's just like it just thinks it's just fully functional.
Yeah, I mean, my brother has super quick reactions, and I watched him bend over and pick it up, and he's like, ah! But it was like I said, he bent over, picked it up, and got upright. Like I almost really want to superheat your handle just to watch you burn the fuck out of yourself. Because I guarantee you, he'll grab it. He'll have the door mostly like open and maybe even have stepped through before he goes, holy fuck, it burned the shit out of my hand. Because it's unexpected. And your brain's like, what the fuck is even happening right now?
We'll need to do that at a different door, not at this house. Because, this house is, I'm sure, ready to go up at any moment. So... We don't need any extra heat on something.
No.
Yeah, that's true. We'll have to do it.
We'll have to do it at Johnny's house.
Yeah.
Johnny has a better house.
Idea.
Johnny's got good insurance.
Yeah.
Well, at least let's hope he does. He's like, look, I really needed the money this Christmas, so I let it lapse. Fuck. Ain't no FEMA for like just your own house.
He fucking hates holidays, so he puts in the least amount of effort and money as he possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, holidays, like, so we had a couple of real big family Christmases up at the Westwood house. And so at the Westwood house, you guys seen how big it is. We had my whole family, 5 people, 6 people in my cousin's family, my 2 grandparents, and my uncle. Okay?
And are they all as big as your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. My grandma's like, I think she was like 5'8". My grandpa was 6'2". My uncle Oli was 6'1", and fat. So he's like basically the same size. My Aunt Christy is like my dad, but with boobs, size and shit. Like she's a stout lady. And my Uncle Robert is like, he's about my size, I think, right?
Yeah, he's shorter than her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much.
He's about my size, but the rest of them, they're all giant. Like, so that little tiny fucking place. Okay. So, and this was like during the time when my uncle was still dabbling in illicit drugs.
Yeah.
So he would do stuff like stay awake in the middle. Like we didn't have to deal with this because we were asleep upstairs in the scary cold part of the house.
Yeah.
All the kids were upstairs. And you know where you walk up the stairs and there's that like the two side areas.
Yeah.
Okay. The beds, we had a bed for each kid that my grandparents, I don't even know where they got all these beds, but every kid got a bed. The entire fucking place was covered in beds.
So it's just like a big, that seems like it'd be pretty cool if you just jump across each bed, right?
Oh, it was, except, well, I mean, because they were not like a bed on they were just like a bed on the floor, like a mattress on the floor type of setup. But let me tell you, when it was like 20 degrees up there, because they would shut the goddamn door to keep the heat in downstairs. So we would be freezing
Dumb.
Well, and it didn't help that somebody who hates being hot would open with a window as soon as everybody else fell asleep. So I could be extra cozy, because I liked being under the covers and having my face be cold. And apparently the other cousins didn't like that very much, but I thought it was funny. I mean, I just liked it. It's cozy. It's one
Eric's
of my
just sitting in there in fucking shorts and a t-shirt, and they're all like
Yeah.
bundled up in like all together in a blanket, trying to keep each
They're
other
all
warm.
freezing to death with like icicles coming out of their fucking noses, and I'm like, this is fucking nice up here. Anyway, so
I'm getting a little hot.
so my cousin Jake, he'd wake up with pins and needles,
Yeah.
Anyway, so he'd wake up and start screaming, pins and needles, pins and needles, pins and needles. And he'd get up and he'd try and run with pins and needles in his legs.
And just fall over.
Good luck. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So he ate shit down. He got up and tried to run down to his mom and dad and ate shit down the stairs. And that's how I remember the doors were shut, because he pile drove himself out. And I was like, holy shit, why don't they leave that door open for Jake? And I'll never forget that. Like, I was expecting my mom's reaction to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're fine, or something, whatever she would say. And, because I mean, that's like something that you shouldn't be doing. Anyway, so my aunt is like, oh, Jakey. And I'm like, oh, there's like the youngest kid syndrome. Jakey, are you okay? And I'm like, how the fuck is he ever going to quit if you're all nice to him? She got him like chocolate milk and some hot and like whatever he wanted. I think she made him fucking pancakes or something.
So next thing you know, we
Bullshit.
see Eric tumbling down the fucking steps and smacking against the door.
Just see his head go through the fucking door.
Well,
I fell
Doesn't
down
even
the stairs.
phase you.
Like, can I have some
Well-
pancakes? Get the fuck back into bed, son.
that was one of those was the Christmases I got in trouble, because I went outside in my underwear with no socks and shoes on. It was like probably 18 degrees outside or something. So I was outside playing in the snow in my underwear.
Makes
And-
sense.
Somebody did something and had the door jammed. So I was out there for like 2 hours. Trying to get and they were cooking breakfast or something anyway. So I was knocking on the door, nobody seemed to hear, and the door wouldn't open. So then my grandma started yelling at me. She's like, why would you even go outside I'm like, I'm not cold. I just want to come inside so I can take a shit. Don't yell at why are you yelling at me? I was so mad at her because she was like screaming at me like I was gonna die or something. I'm like, who are you even dealing with? I don't die from the cold.
Look out front, Eric. I'm a little kid. Eric is out there taking a shit in the front yard.
I was
Inside his bathroom toilet that he made out of snow.
She was yelling at me, and I was turtle heading while she was yelling at me. I'm just thinking, I have to take a shit. There better not be anybody going to the damn bathroom right before I got to go in there while you're yelling at me. And I mean, I wasn't even that I was a little chilly, but it wasn't that bad. And the other thing is, she had a dog that was underneath that thing, and it was nice and warm. I could feel the heat coming up through the bottom of the fuck is that?
The deck?
The deck, yeah, there was a dog under there. It was like a dog that really liked me. I could have went down there and cuddled up with that dog. Dog would have kept me warm. I'd be fine. I'd be like Mowgli, And I practically had a beard. I was like 8 years old. I was fine. So I don't know what the hell her deal was, but man.
Yeah, speaking of dogs, you got the fucking Cousin Eddie's dog that drinks up all the water in the tree. Why wouldn't you have refilled it? It's like
I know.
it's not that hard to refill the fucking water in the tree.
No.
That tree was pretty rough though.
Yeah. Damn it.
I gotta say, the part with the log truck, right?
Yeah.
I kind of wish my dad wasn't a logger for part of that, because it totally ruined it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, where the hell is the reach at? I looked right at my dad. I'm like, I was like 5. Where the fuck is the reach at? There's no reach, because on a normal log dolly, right? There's the dolly, the part in the back with the wheels,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's this reach that goes through, which is a long piece of metal that hooks up with a pedal hitch deal to the thing. And what it does is it steers the trailer. So when you're going around tight turns, it will actually steer the trailer around the turn, so it doesn't cheat as bad.
So
when
it's
you're
something that goes underneath where they were at.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would have been right through his face.
Okay.
About that level, probably.
Yeah.
And they weren't driving no
basically-
Fast and the Furious cars, so they couldn't get low enough
No.
underneath it.
Well, yeah. Anyway, so the other thing is though, I have been in a truck with my dad when somebody tried to pass him, couldn't all the way pass him, and got underneath there next to the reach. So half of his car was underneath and half was out, and my dad was shitting bricks.
Shooting rocks.
Yeah, shitting rocks. Sorry.
Yeah,
His
yeah. Don't
face-
use that word.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, his face was white, and he looked at me and he goes, "We're probably going to tip over in about the next 30 seconds. So hang on, but try and relax." That's what he told me.
That's pretty good advice, though. I mean,
I'm in a fucking
Yeah.
log truck, right, with just the belt, seat belt, and it was kind of fucked up, so I couldn't get it real tight.
yeah.
So I had to stick both of my arms underneath it. I'm like, all right, here we go. I stuck them underneath it to get the belt thing tight. I'm like, this is probably gonna break both my arms, but I won't like die. Hopefully my head takes the brunt of this blow, and I'll be okay. Anyway, so he was just like pale. Holy shit. Then the guy like pulled out and passed him. And I'll never forget, my dad drilled the top of the guy's car with a fucking full soda can. It was so funny. He dented the top of the car with the soda can. It was totally full. I was like, man, I wish that was a beer can and I had a camera. That'd be so fucking funny.
So did the guy
Anyways.
try to like catch your dad and tell him he threw a soda at him or yell at him or something later?
He had just passed my dad. I don't even know if the guy knew that anything even happened. He was probably scared too. You know, I mean, it's like that was a fucking scary ass thing. I was like, what the hell? What do you mean we're gonna tip over? And he's like, shut up, trying to fucking focus here. And he's just trying to maintain an even speed, because if you start panicking and slamming on the brakes, you tip over. You start doing anything and you get that car underneath it and it's just going to tip you over. And so he's just like, I'll just keep a steady speed and hope to fuck this guy doesn't slam his brakes. And he didn't. Meanwhile, I mean, there were like trucks passing us on the end from the other side, and they were swerving over like a foot to make clearance. I was like, well, this is pretty scary, because that truck that dad had like a big clear piece of like a plexiglass thing that I could turn and I could see the fucking car part of it. And I was like, holy shit, there's a car right there. And then I of course I was like 5, so I was dumb. I'm like, why is that? I asked dad, I'm like, why is that car there? I told you to shut up.
So they go out there. They don't have an axe or a chainsaw or anything to cut this fucking tree down. So they dig it up.
By hand, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm assuming they don't have any tools, right?
A pocket knife.
Well, you know how heavy that would be.
Oh, it would smash the car.
Yeah.
I mean, I've like picked up root wads half of that with my machine, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is fucking heavy as
Yeah,
fuck.
it's pretty much like putting your machine to like the max if it's like tip load there.
Yeah, well, generally, however big the root wad is with some of the dirt weighs as much as the tree anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
So you get like that tree is not light. Like if you cut that off, he ain't picking that thing up by himself.
Oh hell
He got those
So
hillbillies to help him.
no.
Oh yeah, who does that with hillbillies?
No, you leave them alone.
I
Like,
mean-
okay, just go on your merry way. Leave us alone. Goodbye.
You just let them pass. You just slow down and let them pass. Like
Especially
you're not.
with your family in the car. I mean, come
Uh-huh. Like when you're by yourself, that's when you do the stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Not when kids watching you and your wife's like, we're gonna die for the holidays, thank you. You know.
And you don't flip them off.
No, that's the worst.
That's a terrible idea. The hillbillies are like, I think that guy wants to fuck.
That's
Pull
legit
over.
what I
They'll
was
take
gonna
your
say.
offer.
That's legit what I was gonna say. Is like, hell, you're just fucking inviting them in for a good time if you do that.
Yeah, that was
No.
that was a legitimate offer. I mean, no
Yeah.
no takebacks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the other hillbilly's like, do you think he'll let me have his wife?
Oh.
You know, and that poor lady's like, wait, I didn't agree to anything, and he's like, I like it when they resist.
God damn it.
That's terrible.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
you
man.
seen the two guys? They did not look like they had never been in jail before.
I wonder if they're even. See if they're credited in this movie. Hillbilly 1, Hillbilly 2.
Yeah. Who played him?
I don't know. Hold on.
Joe
talking.
Schmo and
Keep talking about the movie.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
Billy Bob.
Okay.
Thornton.
So isn't the girl that's like the underwear lady?
Mary. That's my name.
Yeah.
That's her name.
Isn't she just like a typical 90s hot lady, like of that era? You know how
80s,
they-
Eric. This is 89.
Yeah, come on,
Yeah,
Eric. It's
Eric.
the 80s.
Fucking 80s.
Okay. You know what I'm talking
God.
about? Like
Yes.
the lady with the flat butt and
Straight hair,
no,
big bangs.
like not really any boobs, all that stuff.
Yes.
I just thought that was so funny, because like nowadays it'd be like,
Booyah, fake, fake, fake.
Yeah.
Booyah, fake, fake, fake. That's the butt.
yeah,
And then you go
And
and,
then-
find out that it's only 13 years old, and you're like, fuck.
Did he call them bozos? That's
Maybe.
I got two
He
people
did.
named Bozo 1 and Bozo 2.
He did. Look at these
Prop-
bozos. They got right up on my tailpipe or some shit like that.
Yeah, they're Tony Epper and Billy Hank Hooker.
That's
Wow.
a good
I
They got
mean-
hell belly names.
if you got
really good
3
number
names, then
name.
you killed a president. So
That's right. Kill somebody.
that's not somebody you flip off. Jeez.
These two have worked on pretty much the same movies. It looks like they're on Waterworld. They're stunt people. It looks like.
What
So-
are they play in Waterworld? The pig dude?
No, they're stunt people.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waterworld, right?
Have we ever
They
watched
probably
Waterworld for the podcast?
they probably helped with
No.
what the hell was Rick's pirates thing from the In the Body deal? Do you guys remember?
Pirates of the Pancreas.
Yeah, they were probably stunt people and Pirates of the
That's not
the
really
Pancreas.
this is like fuck yeah,
Close enough,
Pirates of the
man.
Pancreas. I know this.
I know something. I remember
Did
something.
you
It's
just watch
amazing.
that or something?
No, I love that whole episode. I love that episode.
So what you're saying is you'd really love to be inside of an old guy.
Old
No,
bum.
I didn't say that.
Not this time, at least.
Not gonna trick me this time.
Anyways,
Yeah, that is a great episode though.
yeah. Who else would have freaked out at the squirrel? Because I don't know. I don't think any one of us would have actually freaked out over the squirrel.
I
except-
would. You have no idea.
I was
Seriously.
gonna say except maybe
Like-
Kelly.
So as you know, I kind of have. I want to say a hate because I don't want to hate cats, but I do have a.
Good.
Are you going to be a
Extreme
bad
dislike?
cat, evil cat, or a nice cat? I've only met one cat I've actually liked,
But we're
and
talking about
unfortunately,
squirrels,
she's
Kelly.
dead. No, I know. I'm.
Okay,
She's getting to it.
Maybe there's a reason why I brought this up, you dumb. Okay, so I worked at a grocery store for 7 years,
man.
and I had a lot of closing shifts. So the closing shift person has to deal with the trash. Okay, so you have to go back to the back of the store and throw it down the chute. Okay, so we have to keep it locked. So we had to call like a person back there to unlock it. But this time it had a bit. It was already unlocked. I lucked out, right? So I opened up the chute, about to throw in my 4 bags of leaky deli garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the grossest of the gross.
Yeah, sounds
And-
like it.
Out the door comes this cat, like jumps out at me, and I don't know if you guys actually heard my real life scream.
Oh,
I mean, it's blood curdling.
Yes, it is.
Okay, especially when I'm like, thrown off my game with
Genuinely
a cat in
freaked
the
the fuck
face.
out.
Yeah, so I'm like, "Whoa!" Right? And no one came to my freaking rescue. It was bloody murder. So
Oh.
yeah, no, it was really sad. I was like, oh, I could have died. Thanks. I had
All
told
right.
the managers later on. Yeah. So if a cat would scare me in that aspect, then yes, definitely if jumping squirrel is my point, Jason.
Okay. I
Uh,
really thought she was gonna be like, so I open up the trash chute.
Wasn't there
And
a
a trash
song
panda comes
about
out.
a squirrel like being released in a church and going up ladies'
Yes.
skirts?
Its tail got caught on fire, lit the whole town ablaze, blah blah blah. It's a
Yeah.
long song. It
What?
just came out in like, I don't know, probably the 70s.
Yeah, it's a pretty old song. It's just
Yeah.
I don't think I know of
In
it.
a church.
It's a good song.
It is,
Oh.
It's funny.
But no, I
Weird.
really thought that she was gonna say something like, and then a trash panda jumps out, and it scared me, and so I go running outside, and there's a goddamn squirrel that chases me down the street. I thought the story was gonna get way, way better.
Oh, I'm sorry. That my real life
Jason,
story
you know,
wasn't
like, having,
better.
like, you know,
I was
high
just saying that a jumping
expectations.
cat scared me. So
I'm
a
not
jumping
scared
squirrel.
of cats. A cat could jump at me and I would just catch it and be like, "What the fuck do you want?"
When you're throwing trash into a
And you're not
garbage
expecting
chute
this is late.
and some random cat blasts out of the trash,
God,
at
yeah,
dude,
did you
you're
scream
gonna
like a little
jump
girl?
and scream.
Yes.
I don't give a
I don't
fuck
think
who
I would
you
jump and
are.
scream. I think I would jump back, probably be like, "Whoa!" But
Alright.
then after I realized
I'm
it
gonna
was a
sit
cat,
outside of Jason's door with a cat and wait till he opens the door and just throw it in his face and
You
see
know
what
what?
he
I
does.
got a
The
better
cat
idea.
wouldn't scare
Let's
me, you
let's
would.
have Johnny throw a cat at him from his trash can. Jason, what's your trash day?
every day. They pick up
Can you
trash
let me-
every morning except Saturday and Sunday. When
No, I
do
mean,
I
when do
take
you
trash
take out your
down?
trash?
When I need to. It's really random.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over there and I'll make sure I fill his trash up, Eric. We'll get this. We'll
That's
get
a
this
good
planned out.
idea.
Yeah, we'll get
We
this
can do
done. Don't
this.
worry.
I'll just fill it up and then it will be all right.
Uh-huh.
Now I just want to like dress Johnny up in a cat suit.
Well, that would be terrifying.
There's a fucking mountain lion coming after me. Wait, is that it? What the hell is that? You know, because you see something
that
that large
mountain lion
just jumping
drunk?
at you.
You're
Like
talking
they got an
about
erection.
you're talking about dressing one of the most questionable guys we know in a cat suit. I'm gonna run from that.
Oh man.
Johnny's just in there like, look at this titty magazine I found in there.
I mean, like,
Holy
there's like,
shit.
I mean, like, there's booby magazines. There's like beer in here. Honestly, guys, like, it's gonna be a little while till I leave this dumpster.
Can I just move in? You know who Johnny reminds me of is fucking Ray from Trailer Park Boys, the guy who lives down at the dump.
Why? How?
Because he's I could see Johnny going like it's the way of the road, or doing the guy in the chair routine.
He would.
You know,
Yeah.
pretending to be disabled so he could get out of work. Like that's totally a Johnny move.
That's why he had to marry the rich so he could get out of work and still live in lush.
Unfortunately, her parents had him sign a prenup.
Yeah, but as long as he's married to her, it's okay. It doesn't matter. He still is there where she can help take care of him.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't.
Well, he's got a house, that's warmer than outside.
That he has to pay rent on. To his parents-in-laws.
Oh my god. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So I'm like, I finally looked at it. I was like, didn't work out the way you were thinking it would, huh?
No,
Like,
it didn't.
Nope.
Worked out way worse. Not how I thought that was gonna go.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's pretty much as if she were like just poor. He gets nothing out of it.
Well, I mean, if he gets her pregnant, there's no way they're gonna kick him out of the house. So he just needs to get, he just needs to hide her medication so she
He
can
might
get
get
pregnant.
someone pregnant. It might just not be a
Damn
man.
Oh man.
He
So, I mean,
brings the
like-
baby home. Look at this baby you had, Amanda.
Jesus.
You got really drunk last night and had a baby. Like I thought I'd just take it to work with me this morning.
Oh my god. I can actually see that goofball doing that. Can we just legally change his name to Eddie and then move him into a trailer so we can throw his shit out on the ground? That guy's such a character. I mean, like in the movie, he just shows up and they're out there goofing around with the lights.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Just
like I love
just
I
walks
love
up.
her
Looks
face.
real good.
Yeah, I love her face when he's like, "Do you honestly think I would check all the bulbs in this without making sure that it was plugged in?" And she's just like looks away, like, "Yeah, And then he's like over there, like, "The Santa Claus doesn't even work." That's one of those clues. Like, wait a second, what's the odds that none of these would work?
Yeah.
Then it's like, all right, I'm going to plug anything. Like, let's get a blender and we'll plug it into the cord. I could see him with like a giant pile of trash out there. And he's like, all these fucking things are broken. Look at this. This thing broken. TV broken. Meanwhile, Eddie's like, can I try and clean some of this up and keep it? He's like, yeah, whatever. It's all trash. It doesn't work anyways.
The fucking cat just blows up basically under the chair.
Exploded.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, that chair looks pretty good.
It's all singed and black all the way around. Smells like cooked cat.
Oh god. So
Yeah.
Don't you guys think it'd be easier to get the smell of cooked cat out than cat piss?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, cat piss is like it never goes away.
Takes us maybe a few hours of airing out the house to get the smell of Chinese food out of the house. So
Yeah.
it'll take you a couple months of using pet stain
Oh.
remover to get the smell of cat piss out of your house.
Oh man, Ricky, I don't know why you would say that. I mean, why would you ever say that about Chinese food? It's just it's really good. It's delicious. You guys can't see it, but I'm eating Chinese food right now.
His name is Mr. Jangles.
Is it good Chinese food? What'd you
It
get?
is very good Chinese food.
Well, I mean, the cat's name was Mr. Jangles, so yeah, it's gotta be
shit.
pretty good.
That's all right. It's just. It's Ginger's. It's I got.
Fuck, first we're talking about Chinese, now we're making fun of gingers. Where are we going
Yeah.
next?
It's I got mushroom chicken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good.
I think
Anyway.
my favorite is like chicken chow mein.
We got Mongolian
Oh, we got chow mein in
chicken.
there too. It's just I like that or sesame. So
Yeah. It's been a while since I've had Chinese food. Yeah, so this movie, I mean, so in our family we had a lot of the same problems. Like we didn't have the dog problem because my grandma's dog was well trained and was not ever a problem.
you mean you
And,
guys didn't always have 11 million dogs?
No, our dogs. I think we had 3 at the time, and they got tied up at our house. And
Yeah.
I'm not shitting you. My mom and dad got like 5-gallon buckets and put food in them, and then put like a 5-gallon bucket of water next to the dog, and then was basically like, "We'll see you in 5 days."
What the fuck?
God damn it.
I mean, that's what they did. They
For real?
they tied them up, and then I think there's some possibility somebody went by and checked on them, but I can't think of any family friends we had that would have done that. So I'm pretty sure they sat there for 5
That's
days.
so sad.
With
No
no
shit,
food
it's
because they
sad.
probably ate all of the food the first day.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean,
Because that's
they're
what
not gonna
dogs do.
They're not going to starve.
Stupid.
Now, they could, had it, been like whatever, like had they knocked their water over though, they could definitely not survive with no water for 4 days.
Yeah.
So I think they just got lucky. But holy shit, like they just were like, well, this is what we're doing. I mean, I don't really like doing that because things can happen to dogs when they're tied up by themselves.
Mhm.
Yep.
Anyway, so
I know, look at me. We all know something wrong there.
I mean, that's how Jason was born. The
It's-
dog was tied up outside by itself. His dad came around and was like, that dog was pretty nice. 9 months later, boom, you got Jason.
Wow, you took that in a different direction. I was going to say you used to tie me up outside with a bowl of food and water, but shit.
Jason's dad, like, man, that dog was well hung.
No.
Oh, God damn it.
No.
God damn
Oh,
it.
damn.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. That was.
Yeah,
My
so
son did this
Ricky took us down a dark road,
Oh,
and then I
fuck.
just crashed the car into the tree.
Well, that's the way to do it, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to keep it exciting.
Exactly.
Although my mom,
That's what Jason's
tricked.
dad was thinking about when he found that dog. I mean, you gotta keep
Yeah.
it exciting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So my mom, I think the year that we went there was the year that they bought us BB guns, right?
Yeah.
So my mom, but right before we left, goes, "Oh, I forgot my purse." Goes in the house, comes back out with her purse, and like we had already opened our presents, we got to open them early. It's not really like them to have that happen. Anyways, we come home, and under our Christmas tree are three new presents,
Yeah.
and they say from Santa, and I mean, I was like 6, and I was like, wait a fucking second. They haven't been home. There's no evidence that anybody's been here except this fucking Santa. Like, this is all right. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it fucked with my head for a while.
Okay, wait. You're 6. Is Robert a year younger, and then Daniel was a year
Uh-huh.
younger?
Dan was 2 years younger than Robert. Yeah.
So how you got 3 BB guns, and Daniel was let's see, that would be
I
like
guarantee
3.
you. No, Steve. I guarantee you, Eric was not 6.
Maybe I was 7.
He does not know his own age now. He never knows his own age. No, he doesn't.
Eric
It's sad.
was 13.
Well, I have to go by grade. I remember what grade I was in, and I was in first grade the first time we did that when I got my BB guns.
But you got your. Are these the same guns that shot your eye out like years later?
No, I bought those way later.
Okay.
Was that movie based off of Eric with the BB gun?
The Christmas Story?
Yeah, Christmas Story. It's like loosely
No,
based off of Eric's experience there.
Anyways, your Santa experience.
Yeah, so I was like, my fuck, Santa is real. Like I had the experience where I seen my grandpa pretending to be Santa when I was behind the tree and I was a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, holy fuck, Santa's real. And then there was this. So I'm going to tell you what, like, I almost got in a fist fight with some kid at school. He was saying Santa was bullshit. I'm like, you're just going to get some piece of shit present. And then I finally just looked at him like, Santa wouldn't even bother going to your house. You're such a turd. He's like, you're not even worth a thing of coal. I hope you freeze to death. Damn it. I'm like, you're so shitty of a kid. Santa wants you to die. You're a terrible
You
kid.
did not say that.
Yes, I did. The
It was
kid
me
an
he was saying
asshole.
it to, probably. I mean, had I gone to school here, it would have been. I was raised from the moment I was born to know that everything is fucking fake. Santa's fake. The Easter Bunny's fake. None of that shit's real.
Your life is bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's born. His mom just looks down and is like, "Welcome to hell, sweetie."
Well, my mom is hardcore religious, and my dad is like, believe in science. So.
How?
It's a match made in
That's
heaven.
how I ended up being. I believe in science. That's why I don't believe in religion. That's not a good topic, though.
No, let's stay away from that topic.
Yeah, anyway, so it's so I was like, holy shit. Anyway, so then like fast forward about 10 minutes and we're shooting at each other with the said BB guns.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was injured in this exchange except for when my mom looks out the back window and I shot Dan with the BB gun and then Robert shot both of us with said BB guns. So then they took the BB guns away from us and my mom and my dad both took turns spanking us with the BB guns. Like we got spanked.
You got pistol
with.
If
The
they were
BB
pistols, it would have been
loaded
pistol
BB
whipped.
I don't know if they were loaded or not, but
Like
let
they
me-
took the time to empty him.
Probably not.
okay, they probably didn't recock them, and I guarantee you that they were not cocked. So it was safe enough, right? But they were holding them by. Actually, it would have been hilarious had they been cocked because they were holding them by the ends,
Barrels.
the barrels, and then my mom was doing full baseball bat swings on us. I mean, she was lighting us up. It was basically like getting beat. And so she's over there just like, I mean, they were pissed because they just gave us, like, we opened them up and we got like a 20-minute talk about not shooting at each other with them.
And you immediately
We're
went
talking
outside
like
and started shooting each other.
5 minutes later, we're shooting at each other with them. I mean, it was within seconds of walking outside. We were instantly like, you know, I mean, I don't know why the hell nobody invented paintball guns then, because that just would get that out of your system.
I can see how this conversation went. Eric and his brothers walk outside and they're like, man, that was a great idea they had. Let's go shoot at each other.
Pretty much. I was like, do you guys think that Dad's fallen asleep yet? And you know, they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, we're good. But I forgot about the back window with the bathroom. Damn it. Should have just stayed away from that. Nobody was going to walk outside and check on us. Although it could have been like, look, we got a blind kid. You know, I would have felt terrible had I shot one of my brothers in the eye. So,
But they didn't feel too bad when they shot you in the eye.
Exactly.
no, it wasn't they. It was Robert, and he shot me in the eye, and he doesn't give a fuck about any of that shit. So, I mean, in his mind, he, you know, I think he's just like, well, you know, he started the BB gun fight, so he gets what he gets. Which it is true. I did start that BB gun fight, and then he ended it. He ended all the BB gun fights. I think that was was stupid about it. That was the only fucking time I even got hit out of like the 50 BB gun fights we had that summer.
It was in the eye.
Yeah, I got hit in the fucking eye. I never
So
got
what he
hit
was
anymore else.
what he was doing was he was building up your sense of confidence. You're just like, he can't fucking hit me. You know, you're running around and shit, and then bam, right in the eye.
Well, I mean, I think I think there was some like accidental thing because he was just like randomly firing. I was not in, you know, sight when he shot. and I basically just like ran right into it. So, I mean, I was moving when it hit me in the eye. There's no fucking way he was like, no, I'm gonna shoot him in the eye, and then like in his brain does all the. Because I mean, we were on a steep hill, and we were supposed to be doing waist down, but somehow he shoots me in the fucking eye. I'm like, how the like I didn't trip and fall or anything, you dumbass. How the hell did you do that?
At least,
and the worst part was
this is what you
like,
think he was doing. You think it was accidental. Truth or
yeah,
reality,
I'd like
Robert's
to believe
just that
that.
goddamn good.
It could be, yeah. I mean, well, he's one of them dudes like he'll either hit you in the face or the nuts. Like if you're playing catch with him, he's gonna drill you right in the face or in the nuts at least once.
Him and Steve should
Anyway,
play
so
catch.
well, the worst part of it was like here I am with my eye have been shot, and they're looking at me like, well, what should we tell Grandma and Grandpa? And I'm like, my fucking eye hurts. I don't know. God damn it, you idiots. What do you think of it?
Well, let's just dress him up like a dog and take him to
Yeah.
the kennel.
That was literally about their fucking idea. And I was like, no, we're just gonna say I got hit in the eye with a stick. Jeez, you guys are stupid.
Till they dig the BB out.
Well, no, the BB just hit the. It would have actually been better if the BB went in my eye, because what it did was it struck the eye and then sent a shockwave through that wrinkled my retina, which is not like a fixable thing, according to the doctor. And at least at that time, maybe it's fixable now.
The doctor was just full
You
of
get a
shit. He
robot
just
eye
wanted
now.
to get you in glasses. Wanted to make
No,
you a
the
nerd.
doctor had like multiple, like he was a specialist in like a big city, so it's
Well,
not
yeah,
like
because he specializes in getting people to have glasses. That's why he makes bank.
No, I mean the guy was
Ricky's,
Ricky. The guy was not like an optometrist.
He's in with big glasses.
He was like an eye surgeon. This is like
the
a
big ones, you know. Yeah.
I thought you were
Jesus,
talking about
Ricky.
Big Glasses Corporation, like the,
yeah.
like Big Oil.
No, the guy was not a big glasses shill. He was just he said that the retina has to be like perfectly on there because it's the part that catches all the light. And if it's anyways, it sucks. It is what it is. It's just one of those things people get. And like the only guy who's been hit in the eye with a fucking BB gun that I've ever met. So I wish that what would have been nice because I had been working like maybe 2 summers or I don't know. I had like $35,000 or $4,000 worth of work that I had done. It would have been nice if I would have just been paid, because I had the dude down there at the Paradise Sporting Goods talked into selling me a 15-year-old a full 2 or 3 full or 4 full paintball sets for the $3,000, and he was he's throwing like extra paintballs, CO2 tubes, like all that stuff, so that we could like really go to town on it. And then I just didn't get any money. So then I walk in, I'm like, well, all I can afford are 3 paintball or 3 BB guns. He's like, do you want some glasses? I'm like, can't afford it. So, that sucks.
Yeah, paintball's incredibly expensive.
Well, I mean, could you imagine how much fun you'd have on 200 acres of like wooded forest with your brothers and your cousin?
Yes, I do.
Like
because
with a shitload of paintballs.
I used to actually work for a paintball place, and I play paintball quite regularly, quite religiously.
You should use the word work loosely, I feel like.
No, it's not.
Because like I showed up and got paid, and they
actually I was probably one of the few people that actually out there that did work.
Did work involve doing paintball games?
Work involved refereeing paintball games
Okay.
on the weekends. The rest of the week it was just maintaining the fields,
Oh, okay, cool.
getting rid of snakes and star thistle
Oh,
and
fucking snakes.
shit like that.
Okay, so Clark gets his bonus at the end. Do you think he was honest on how much he made the year before? Because the boss dude just said whatever you got, add, I don't even remember what the percentage it was. 20%. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I got a fact checker over there. I feel like Clark would be like, yeah, you know what? I made about a $200,000 more last year.
I think to be honest, most people are honest.
I don't know. He was pretty pissed off though.
Yeah.
I think at the end there, he was just happy that the guy wasn't pressing charges because
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know he was pretty fucking scared when they kicked. I mean, guess what? Whatever extra money the guy threw in just went into fixing all of his windows.
Yeah. It's true.
So, and buying everyone in his family new pants,
Yeah.
new underwear.
I was surprised that the wife was like, you know, I told you not to do that, because she seemed very much like the person who would have got him to, you know, take the bonuses away from everybody.
Yeah,
So-
with her freaking fur jacket,
Yeah.
like, and her
So.
hoity-toity hair.
Oh,
The may I see your manager hair?
yeah, definitely had
Can I
that.
talk to the manager?
Yeah, and the bull. He's a ghastly bulging man.
Yeah,
So
and a
funny.
leisure suit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I can't.
I don't want to see a movie where they have Trevor, the guy who plays Trevor. I think Stephen Ogg is his name, and Randy Quaid be father and son, maybe rednecks or something, and just whatever. I don't care. That's just the movie. I just want to see that.
I just want to see
Where they
more
just-
stuff with Stephen Ogg. I mean,
Yeah, that's
that guy's
true.
fucking
That guy's
great.
Yeah, he's a great actor. God, he can play a creep good. He's in an episode of Broad City where he plays like a locksmith.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the creepiest vibes from that guy. You know, he's like shows up in their apartment and it's like,
He
hey.
could be the
No, he's not
brother-
more. Hey, he does this weird like moaning, groaning, like, yeah, it just goes right in.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh jeez, Kelly did
Yeah.
that too well. I think I'm scared of her now.
He also plays a character on Walking Dead, and he was better than Negan, you know, as a bad guy in most of it. So
Who did he play?
he was Simon.
Was he Simon?
Yeah, he was the second in command guy.
I
So
didn't realize that was
Yeah.
him.
he was a better bad guy than the main bad guy in that whole fucking thing.
I feel like he'd make a good brother to Trevor if they ever did a Trevor movie. Trevor from GTA 5.
He is Trevor.
He is
Oh
Trevor,
my
dude.
Good
Oh
gravy.
shit, he is Trevor.
Yeah, so
That's what
they
we
need
used
him and his twin brother.
I hate you, Jason. I hate you. you. Right there, that look on your face. You're like, I fucking came up with the best idea ever.
Yeah.
God damn it, Jason.
Hey, there's nothing to say he's not insane. He can't be his
Oh,
own
man.
brother. Split personality. That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking. That's what I meant.
He's also in Westworld, so you know, plays a dude on.
Oh
there.
yeah, he's kind of like a minor character. in
Yeah,
it, though.
yeah,
It's
no,
kind of
he's-
the shits. I was hoping he'd be more of a big role in that, but
I've never seen it. Big surprise.
I think I've only gotten like halfway through that, and then I quit watching it.
I watched the first season. I haven't watched the second though.
I haven't even watched
Yeah.
the first episode. Probably.
Ricky, do you know how many boobs are in that show?
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't watched it, Ricky.
Yeah, there probably are. You know,
It's like a 5-minute timer before more boobs. It's like boobs, 5 minutes, more boobs. You know, and there is, you know, Jason, you should watch it. There's some dongs in it.
What was this movie?
It's a TV show called Westworld.
Oh, I've seen that.
Have you seen the TV show? Not the
I haven't
movie.
seen the TV show.
Yeah, the TV show.
Oh,
Not the movie from the 70s, bro. Jesus.
it's a good
With
movie.
fucking Yul Brenner in it.
It's a good movie.
Is it actually a good movie?
It is. It's a
It's
really
not.
good movie.
it's
I
not.
thought
Don't
you said
listen to this
all
guy, he's an
movie
idiot.
before 1995 was
Westworld is a
bullshit.
good movie.
No,
I mean, you know, you're kind of disproving that theory a lot every time. You know, you said that when we started this whole podcast thing, and there has been quite a few movies made
Okay.
before your time
These
cut
days, I would say 1 in 5 movies I don't like. Movies before about 1995, I don't like 9 out of 10 movies.
off. You've had way more than that you've liked before 19 whatever you just said. I wasn't paying attention.
He doesn't know.
I quit paying attention about halfway through your talk.
Oh man.
I think they make more better movies now.
More better.
More better.
More better. God damn it.
I don't know. I think like there's just a lot of trash movies.
It just depends on what you consider a better movie.
Well, you see,
Yeah.
Steven, he
What
likes
criteria
movies
are you
where
going
if
with,
it's
though?
so fucking stupid
I fucking love really
that
dumb
it, that
fucking
it might make
campy
you laugh,
movies, all right?
It's an awesome movie.
I love campy movies. I understand that
It's
a
not
movie
even
that I
campy.
like.
It's just god awful. It's like as if like we were to take our camera here and then go and shoot a movie
No, that's totally
right
campy.
now.
Do you not? That's what it is. That's the whole thing. I mean,
It's just,
I understand that everybody else isn't gonna like it. I'm
That's
not
not
like,
true. I love Super Mario Brothers.
well, that's a shit movie.
oh
It's a
God, that
fucking
was
sack
fucking
of
terrible.
crap.
It's a great movie. Fuck off.
That was fucking horrid.
It's a good movie.
It's the
Anyone who
worst
liked that
fucking
movie and
pile
everyone
ever.
involved in that movie should be thrown off a cliff.
Like I said, Mario died. You know, because of that movie. He fucking hated. I can't remember the guy's name.
Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins. Yeah, he was just his whole life, the rest of his life after making that movie. He's just like, I can't live on after knowing I made that movie.
No, and he
I don't
should.
know. He did a pretty good Nikita Khrushchev, and then he also was good in Who Framed Roger
Yeah, but
Rabbit.
see, that whole time he was just like torn up by that shit movie that he was in called Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was just terrible.
How the hell did they manage to make that such a bad like?
Because
That's
they were
all-
making everything based off of video games horrible. It didn't matter what it was. You make a movie off a video game. You make a book off a video game.
So-
all of them were really bad.
Well, it's like Street Fighter. How
That
the
was
hell
such
do
a
you take
sack.
a game about like you take a game that's based on fighting and you somehow make a shitty oh my god, moody. A shitty moody movie out of that? Like how the hell do you fuck that up?
Well, look at yeah, especially since you got fucking Mortal Kombat that came out, and that was a way better movie than Street Fighter. I can't say it was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
The first one, like honestly, like there's certain points where they're like saying their lines, and like you see them smiling during like a serious line, and you're like,
really?
you're
I
like,
gotta say
how
these
many
words.
takes do they have to take to finally just like go fuck it? We're just gonna use this one, even though it's still fucked up.
They didn't take any more than one take. For the
It
whole
was
movie,
all
Ricky.
just one
They
take
couldn't
because the
afford
budget
it.
was so fucking
Just
low.
the whole thing.
Super Mario Brothers, though, was written to be a kids' movie. Then, after the movie was already written and started production, they had it rewritten as another movie, but he pulled stuff from the original script into his version, which was more of an adult version. Then they changed the producer and director of the movie like 3 or 4
So
times.
they should have scrapped it, is what you're saying.
They should have
thrown
scrapped
the
it.
whole thing away.
They should have
never
actually
made
scrapped
it and
it, yes.
didn't subject
Nobody could
anybody
agree
to
on
that piece of
anything,
shit.
and they just kept that's who Nintendo is. It's like when they went with Sony to make the PlayStation, then they went with Pioneer to make the PlayStation. Well, they weren't calling it the PlayStation then because Sony had already taken that name, but to make their CD system, which they still ended up not doing, and then they ended up releasing the 3DO. And it's like every venture they've ever taken, they're like half in, half out, and end up screwing themselves over. Nintendo just isn't that good when it comes to being a business partner. They're a loner company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that they're like that with the, because I mean, I could think that like a Mario cartoon or an animated thing would be great.
I think we're getting something like that soon.
We're supposed to be.
Wasn't there already a Mario cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I don't know. I never watched it.
Okay, I shouldn't say it was horrible. As a kid, it's okay. It's a good kid's.
If you try to watch it now, you go, why is everybody yelling?
Yeah.
I
But like my daughter's age, she
Like
likes
Dragon
it.
Ball Z.
Yeah. All right. What rating did you guys give this movie?
I think I gave this movie 4 stars.
Horrible.
You gave it horrible. That was your rating.
Just terrible.
Kelly?
I guess I gave it 4 stars as well.
That's
Okay.
also horrible, Kelly. I'm ashamed of you too.
Ricky?
Can I give it a 0?
I guess.
We've
Okay.
never done that, but I guess.
I mean, there are
It's-
definitely movies that are worse than this movie.
I know.
I
That's
don't-
true.
I
Okay,
don't
that-
think
okay,
it-
Why
that-
don't-
okay,
Mario
that is
Brothers
true.
could get a 0. This can't.
Okay,
That is
you're
true.
entitled to your opinion. That's all you. But can you give me one like huge reason why it's so low?
I mean, honestly, I'm just going through this movie and I just cannot even fucking get into it at all. I couldn't follow it. Like when we were discussing
really
earlier,
easy
Plot
to
was
follow.
too complicated
and
for
Jason,
Ricky.
And Jason
Ricky's
asked me,
like,
dude, did you even watch the movie? And I said, kind of. Is because it was playing in the background while I was looking at my phone because it held absolutely no interest for me. I went through, I watched it, I laughed once, I think at the sled scene, and I was like, and then I went back to my phone.
So this is the first time you watched it?
Huh?
This was the first time you watched it?
This particular one, I'm not a big fan of the National Lampoon's movie. I personally have never found them funny.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell
Oh,
you that
yeah,
I
Ricky?
sat on my phone watching this movie too, but I still got way more out of it than that.
So I don't know. I mean, like, I guess a 1 because I did have one laugh out of it when I actually paid attention to it. But other than that, it's just like
Well,
this
you
movie
just
is so
admitted
fucking...
if you actually paid attention to it, you would have had more than one laugh.
I doubt I would have. Because
Wait,
that
Ricky,
shit
were you
couldn't even hold my fucking
intoxicated?
attention.
Were you intoxicated
I,
at
as
all?
a matter of
When
fact,
is
was
Ricky
not.
not
It might have
intoxicated?
helped if I was.
Yeah, see, that's your problem. Ricky, you can't judge a movie when you're like this
you're
that you're not
sober?
stoned for. This is not a sober Ricky watch it the first time movie. This is a stoned Ricky. I mean, it would have been better if you had eaten 3 or 4 pot brownies and were fucking really ripped on it. This is a movie you're supposed to start watching when you're like, 5 years old or something. And then it would have helped had you had like a big Christmas with a bunch of your family arguing over whose pancakes were better and how could you be so dumb to not be able to make a fucking egg? Hear your grown ass uncle say that out loud, and you're like, holy shit, he just burned Aunt Christie. How could you be so dumb you can't even fry an egg? I was like, holy shit.
You say it with an AGG, like when you say egg, like with
Just
AGG.
exactly like I just said it. He said it like that.
Oh,
Because
man.
she came out, and because like my family, like you make pancakes, right? And then you put the eggs, like over easy eggs, on top of the things, and you get the egg yolk on them and stuff. That's how our family eats them. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So my aunt cooked the eggs, and what we got was like 8 hard, like those eggs that are like overburned, I guess you call them,
Yeah.
where they're like crispy on one side, completely fucking hard, and then crispy on the other side. Where you try to cut them, and instead of cutting, they fucking fold up and
I've
crackle.
never had an egg that bad. That is overcooked to where you just throw it outside and the dogs
Correct.
nose up.
You know how
So
bad
that's
I
what
am
he
at
did.
cooking? I've never done that.
So what happened was, I think that might have even been the time when my Aunt Christy tried to knock out my mom, and
She should have
So-
just thrown an egg at her. It would have been an easy win.
no shit, right? So he when she was starting to put the eggs down on his thing, he just grabbed the fucking pan, walked over, and launched he just threw the pan and everything out the fucking door. Like he didn't just throw the stuff like you'd think, okay, I'll just throw the eggs outside for the dogs. He threw the whole fucking works outside, and he's like, get a new pan and start over. We were all like, all the kids except for one were laughing, and I think my cousin Sarah was just fucking, I think she was crying because she's like, what is going on? But my brothers and we were all laughing our asses off, because I was looking at the eggs and I was like, I can't fucking eat that egg.
It's like the fucking turkey, right?
Do it. Yeah, it was just like the turkey in this.
We put it in too early.
Oh yeah, but my aunt is not a cry type of a woman.
Yeah.
She's like a I'm gonna punch you in the face type of woman. So I was like, oh, that shit's gonna get real. Anyways, my grandpa calmed everybody down, and then my uncle went and came back with us with some powdery stuff under his nose, and he was a lot more cheerful.
Yeah, that's Christmas snow will really get you.
Yeah, that Christmas snow really helped him out. And,
High on Christmas spirit.
yes, he was. I mean, he loved the snowfall. Anyway, so he's out there, and I was just thinking to myself, there's a huge part of me. It was like, wait, where the hell was the rest of everybody else with like, I'm not eating that. What did you do to the eggs? It takes, how long does it take to cook an egg? What, like 3 minutes?
Yeah, maybe.
You just go in and make new eggs. You're like, well, these ones didn't work. I'm just going to throw them away and we'll start over.
Well,
I
you would
watch
think
Kelly
after the
do it
first
all the
egg
time.
Ruined, you would be like, hey, maybe I don't cook them that long.
Or maybe I
Yeah.
turn the heat down. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's charred black on both sides.
Exactly.
Well, they weren't charred black yet, but they were like,
They were getting there.
I mean, they were brown.
You shouldn't have
You know.
brown eggs, ever.
No shit.
The shell could be
The
brown.
shell can
Okay.
be brown, yeah.
I mean, they weren't, and I was thinking to myself, like, because that she had made bacon. So most of the time, when you have like that pan that's mostly full of bacon fat, and then you cook the eggs in it, and then those eggs have that good bacony flavor.
Yeah, they're fucking amazing.
It's like, this is gonna be great because like my mom is great at bacon eggs, and you want to talk about who in my family is the best at making eggs? My dad. My dad can completely fill a pan with eggs. We're talking like 15 eggs in one pan and not split one and flip them all. I was like, how the fuck is he doing this? And they're like, they come out, they're like square
Yeah.
because they're so fucking tight together. And they're like I don't know, half of an inch thick, but they're runny. Like the yolk is runny, but the rest of it's cooked. I was like, Dad, you should probably fucking teach a class on this. How the hell are you doing this? You know?
Oh man.
And it's like the dude, I mean, other than the snooze and the pancakes, he's a pretty good cook.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's amazing what he can do with eggs.
So
My
Steven,
mom-
what's your rating?
Oh, it's Jason's
It's
turn.
my turn.
Okay, Jason, what's your rating?
So apparently I did it right because Eric said you got to start watching around like 5 years old. And that's when I started. And then my kid today, when I was watching it, I got up early and I was watching it. She came out and watched the movie with me and sat on my knee the whole time. And she's 4. So apparently I'm doing it right. But
Nice job, dude.
Yeah, I'm giving the movie a 3.5. It's not my favorite one, but I do like this one.
Yeah, that's a fair rating.
And I gave it 2.5 stars.
Right middle of the road.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of Christmas anyways, but it's all right.
Yeah. Like I said, had you guys had one big family Christmas without any weird things that are not Christmassy happen, but big family Christmas stuff like people yelling at each other and people tripping and falling down and
Well, I mean, we had all that during a Christmas. It just wasn't a large group. You know what I mean?
oh man, I tell you what, you get like 15 people in a house like with like little kids right before Christmas, shit gets real.
Get me to want to leave is what you get.
Yeah, it's like I remember being a little kid thinking to myself, I just gotta go outside. Fuck this, I'm gonna go outside and play in the snow.
Dude,
Hope nobody else sees you go out there so you can just have some alone time.
today
So I was outside in the snow in my underwear.
Today I had Ponytail and Athena's 2 cousins at my house, and I couldn't wait to leave to get to Steve's. And there wasn't even any fighting going on.
Yeah, that's
Jesus farts.
No, the chair did.
All right. Next week's movie is Ricky's Choice. What are you going to choose, Ricky?
You knew what it was. Do you want me to tell it for you? Did you forget?
I got it. Jurassic Park 2.
which one's that?
The second Jurassic Park. It's
Jurassic Park 2. It's the
one
second
after
one.
the first Jurassic Park, but before the third Jurassic
Pretty sure
Park.
it's Lost
Jesus.
World.
Do we
It's the
have
Jurassic Park 2.
Yeah, you bought all of them, Eric.
that? I did.
Yes.
It
I'm
wasn't
pretty
me. It
cool.
wasn't Steve. It had to be you.
Did you say how cool are you?
Yeah, I said I'm pretty cool. Now, are you talking about? Okay, so are you talking about the one that has
This is where they first come
the
back
guy
to the
from
island.
Red October in it, or the one that has Chris Pratt in it?
Why would you ask Ricky anything about a movie that he's
Yeah.
never seen?
Yeah, that's probably
You
not
know
good.
he's
I
never-
know what era, what year was it made?
We're talking The Lost World as we're watching. Jurassic Park, The Lost World.
Is that
In the
two?
90s, Eric.
Yes.
The 90s movie, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I think we already watch. We did already watch
it's
the
the
new
whole first one.
Jurassic.
Yeah, we
first
watched the
Jurassic
first
Yes.
one, then we watched Jurassic World.
And then there's Jurassic 3, and then there's Jurassic World, which we already
Yeah.
watched, and then Jurassic World 2.
There's a couple
Oh,
other
it's Jurassic World. That's what it's called. Okay, I was like, I just forgot what it was
Yeah.
called.
The Chris Pratt ones has world in it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pretty Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, does that sound good to y'all?
Yeah.
I guess so.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's put something up there. Where the fuck is it?
Oh.
I guess I didn't get all this ready.
Trevor.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Oh my geez.
Oh, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you guys like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Heroic Adventure Productions, youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions, twitch.tv/Heroic Adventure, mixer.com/Turkerdure, and twitch.tv/Turkerdure Plays. You can follow us on Twitter at HAP Gaming. You can follow me on Twitter at Turkerdure. You can follow Eric on Twitter at.
Quick and severe.
You can follow Kelly on Twitter at.
Sugar Snuggles.
You can follow Ricky on Twitter at.
Furry Twitter balls.
You can follow Jason on Twitter at.
Unbelievable one.
You can also email us at Steve, Eric, Kelly, Jason, and Ricky at hapgaming.com. Each one of those names individually at hapgaming.com. You can find all this stuff I've been saying in the description on youtube.com/Heroic Adventure Productions and twitch.tv/Turketer There's also donate links down there if you guys want to send us some money. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Tell your friends. And join us on Wednesdays. We play something. I'm not sure what we're going to play yet. We'll figure it out. It's getting further and further from the last time Eric updated, so hopefully he's got something updated if he can join us this week.
Yeah.
So he probably has to start now to be able to be ready by Wednesday.
Battery has to be down here.
Yeah.
I couldn't even
Use
get
our
my
internet.
Xbox to connect the other day. I was like, "Come on, fucking connect!" And my internet was just like, "Nah, it's not good."
That sucks.
So
We'll see.
Have you tried internet or satellite internet? I know it's got shitty upload, but you know, might have all right
it's
download, right?
it's like, it's so expensive.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's like you get like 30 gigabytes instead of 15.
Oh,
And I think it's like 100. I think, what did I see? It was like $100 a month, and then they charge you like $1 a megabyte after 30 gigabytes or something.
yeah, that's pretty shitty.
It's some ridiculous. I was like, what?
I use 30,
I mean, like-
30 gigabytes, like more than that per day. I don't
Dude,
understand.
when I was at Steve's, I used up 1 terabyte easily
Yeah, you
I
did.
Yeah.
in 2 days.
Yeah.
It was awesome. That's
If
gonna
I
be.
lived there, we could kick it up to 10 terabytes a month, probably on a regular basis.
I would hope so.
Especially if Steve was like, please keep my internet maxed out all the time except for when we're streaming. And I'd be like, okay, I can re-download my iTunes library like once a day.
Oh man, I gotta
I'll just-
really show Comcast who's who. All right.
Exactly.
Yeah, my only
Like-
it's my only way to get back at him for making me fucking pay an extra $50 a fucking month.
I honestly, if Verizon was like, hey, we'll take an extra $50 to take off that stupid data cap
Yeah.
and throttling bullshit, I'd be like, here's $50. Here you go.
Yeah,
Thank
but then
you.
AT&T will promise you a certain amount, and then they'll give you like nothing in return. Because that's what they do. They don't give you
Yeah.
what you pay for.
All right, guys.
That's all right.
That's gonna be it. We'll talk to you on Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
So